Do you like hunting for retro video games? Well, get ready, because I'll be visiting another shop I've never been to before. Hi, I'm Scruffy Looking RGB, and I take you on retro video game hunts all over Japan. So if you like what you see here, go ahead and click the subscribe button, because I bring you new retro game hunting content from Japan every week. We are in Ikebukuro again, and the weather is still pretty gloomy. But that's okay, because we'll be indoors. You may have heard of this place. Today's shop is Super Potato. That's right, it's my first time to visit this location in Ikebukuro. We're going to see a whole lot of variety in this episode. So without further ado, let's get scruffy looking. I can only compare this place to the Super Potato in Akihabara. But from a quick look around, this place is definitely more cramped. I was lucky that I was the only customer for most of the time. Otherwise, it could get unbearably crowded real quick. But what this place lacks in space, it makes up for in volume and the variation of great titles that they have. Let's see what they have in the glass case over here. A whole gang of loose hue cards here. Some Salamander, Dragon's Egg, Ninja Gaiden, PC Genjin. A lot of good quality titles here. Hana Takadaka, Super Star Soldier. PC Engine GT in the box. That's going for a pretty penny, but always nice to see. Mailhen Maze, PC Genjin, Parasol Star, Doraga to Tsuparisumo. Here we have some games that are much better displayed, easier to see. Got Override, that's a great shooter. Kiki's Kaikai. Splatterhouse over there. And what is that? Taisenpu. Terra Presta 2. We're getting into the heavy hitters here. And we have Tatsujin as well. 2 copies of that. Some spendy games right here. Koryun, it's another expensive one. And Rennie Blaster. I've heard it's overrated, but wouldn't know because I haven't played it before. And we get into a little bit of Sega Saturn down here in the case. And some soundtracks. Wow, that is an expensive Goemon soundtrack. That's gotta be rare. Now we head over to the Game Boy section. There's a huge variety of titles here. We got Ultraman Club. A pair of those, 2 separate games there. Jungle G.I. Joe. Addams Family. SD Gundam. Samurai Rodo. Pinball Kirby and Kodo Kirby. Just all the Kirby games here lined up pretty much. A soccer game there. There's Goemon. That's not a bad title there. Always a pleasure to play some Goemon. Another puzzler game. I think that was a Yoshi version of a puzzle game. And we have Contra Spirits. There's so many titles that they made for the Game Boy that I never knew about. Contra Spirits is one of them. We have all the Zelda games down there. All 4. If there's more, you can correct me, but I think that's about it. And we have Street Fighter Alpha Zero. That's another one I didn't know existed. Super Bikuriman. And Sparta X. Haven't played this, but I didn't know this existed either. But I wonder if this is really true to the NES title for Kung Fu. Is it just like a copy onto the Game Boy? That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind having that one. 6 Golden Coins and Super Mario Land. Twin B down there. This is one of my favorite games to play, Twin B. whatever console it may be on. And the most popular game of all, Tetris. When you think of Game Boy, it brings up Tetris to mind for a lot of people. Fishing games down there. Dokaipon. Looks like a Dragon Quest game. And we got Dracula Densetsu and all three of the Turtles games here. That was another favorite of mine as a kid. Here we got Nemesis, a Gradius game for the Game Boy as well. There's a Majikura Taruto-kun. And we got Pokemon games galore. Every Pokemon game you can imagine. And Hook. I did not know there was a Hook for the Game Boy, but why not? Hook was a good movie. Rufio, Robin Williams. Let's move on to some Famicom games. They have quite a selection here. But before that, let's go to the Famicom consoles. They've got Nintendo consoles of all kinds here on this shelf. And a few others that aren't Nintendo. Take a look here. They have the Famicom disk systems, of course, and some sharp Famicom twin action. That is a heavy box. Not to mention they have a Virtual Boy here. N64 in the teal blue clear color. Not a bad color. And they have the golden one, which is going for a bit more expensive than it should, but this is Super Potato, so we can't expect a whole lot of deals here. And the good old red twin Famicom. Some black ones up there, and they even have the ones with the turbo version. The Akashiro Famicom here, original version. It has been modified for audio-video cables to be connected to, so you get a better picture quality. If you guys are interested in learning how to do that yourself, click the card in the upper right. Now on to the games. We've got our Kunio-kun collection here. Lots of Kunio-kun. Japan loves their Kunio-kun. The other day I saw a collection of all the Kunio-kun games for the Switch. There's Athena. Here's one I have not seen. Yankees. I wonder if that is a baseball game for New York Yankees. Yankees. But couldn't be sure. Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy collection. Some Japanese games here. We got Goemon. And we have Parodius Da. Actually, that's not a bad price for Parodius. 1,000 yen. I didn't know it was so cheap on the Famicom. I might have to pick that one up today. We got YY World and YY World 2. It's a good action platformer, as well as Salamander here. There we go. Kid Dracula and Dracula Densetsu. Akumajo Dracula Densetsu. And we have some Double Dragon in the back there. And the Turtles. Can't go wrong with Ninja Turtles. Although the first one of the series there is a little slow. Rhythm Land. You need some 8-bit music? They've got you covered with Rhythm Land. I don't know. I always see these, and one of these days I'm going to pick one of these up because it does pique my interest. This Rhythm Land 8-bit music I think it's all music tracks, but some of them go along with kind of like some cool graphics, some not nostalgic, but updated graphics here. Stick it into your Famicom and play some 8-bit music. I wonder which is the better of the three of these. Speaking of the power of music, go ahead and enjoy these groovy tunes while watching some video game hunting. I'm going to rest my voice for a minute. Obo-chama-kun. This is definitely have to be from a Japanese anime series with a character like this. Some interesting artwork. Definitely cool for the artwork, if nothing less. Kage no Densetsu. We have Ganbare Goemon, the first one on the NES. Karakuri Dochu. And Goemon 2 as well. Tiger. Looks like a helicopter type game. Probably a shooter. And Goonies 2. I hear it has a good soundtrack, an 8-bit version of the original Goonies theme. And Duck Hunt is going for pretty expensive. I like the simplistic artwork on here. And we have Legend of Zelda. Goes quite expensively here, 69 to 8,800 yen in the box. We have Space Hunter, 4708. And here's a game, Sweet Home, that has come to my attention recently. I did not know about it very much, but it's supposed to be a good one. And a precursor to Resident Evil, actually. And another favorite of mine is Splatterhouse. This cute 'em up side-scrolling action platformer is a lot of fun. I really do enjoy it. RoboCop 2 and RoboCop. I vaguely remember playing this on the NES way back. And we bring on the Famicom disc games. We got Doki Doki Panic from Fuji Television and Moeru Twin B. Meerhenveil, excuse me. German Marchenveil. I'm not sure how they say that. And we have another murder mystery game, and more Twinbee again. This is a lot of fun to play. I always love me some Twinbee. This, I think, is the second one in the series, and it's side-scrolling, whereas the first one was a vertical shooter. Definitely worth picking up. On to some Super Famicom goodness here. They've got a nice collection of Dragon Ball Z. And what do we hear? Kiki Kai Kai. The very coveted game, which I can see why with these kind of graphics and the awesome sounds. And just the play looks just like so much fun. There's Gotai, so you can merge your character with another to give you new power-ups and stuff, which looks really, really cool. The price tag is the only thing not so cool about it. And some Dracula as well. Goemon. All three for the Super Famicom. 4? I don't know. How many Goemon games are there for the Super Famicom? There's the 4 that they have here, and then I know there's an Ibisumaru one as well. Sailor Moon SS. Bomberman series. We go down here, and we've got some boxed SNES games. Gradius 3 for $27-ish. And Goemon for $34. And another Goemon for $29, does that say? Or $25? It's hard for me to read from my angle. They have a lot of RPGs down here with Dragon Quest and Senken Densetsu, Chrono Trigger Loose, and Senken Densetsu 2 and 3, Final Fantasy 6. And we have this honorably mentioned Rockman X figure. Look at the quality on this figure. It looks really cool. We move over to some WonderSwan games. Consoles. They have quite a few different colors for the WonderSwan. Lots of WonderSwans here as I drop one to the floor. Got pink, blue, like a greenish color, and quite a few loose games as well. Any of you out there have a WonderSwan? What do you think of the WonderSwan? I have yet to pick up a WonderSwan, just because I've been collecting a lot of Game Boys, and I need to get rid of some of them because I don't need as many Game Boys as I have. So I'm going to try and not get too many more. Gradius Battle Music Collection, $88 for this, I'm guessing, soundtrack. It says Gradius and Salamander. Pretty cool. These must all be... Here we got Puzzle Bobble for the WonderSwan. Nice collection of WonderSwan here on the bottom shelf. Mahjong. What else do we got? So Uchu. Is that Yamato? Space Cruiser Yamato. They have a WonderSwan color. WonderSwans aren't that expensive when you compare them with Game Boys. They're much more popular. Top Secret. That, I believe, was a Sega Saturn game? Or are we still in the soundtrack area? These Goemon soundtracks compilations go for quite a lot of money. And we have a Namco Museum Virtual Arcade for the Xbox 360. Dig Dug and a few other classics included in that, I believe. Raiden 4 for the 360 as well. I hear good things about this one. And on to the Duo R, Duo X, PC Engine Core Graphics. All up on the shelf in the box. Along with a great deal of games here. Lots of really good titles, shooters, platformers, all the heavy hitters that you would imagine, and more. All in this shelf here with PC effects as well. These gigantic boxed games and neat, what is it, 3DO as well. There's a lot of 3DO CDs down here. Yuna, I believe this one is. Not familiar with this system very much. Fighting Street. Is that a port of Street Fighter or a knockoff? I'm not sure. GS Mikami, which I'd like to get for either Super Famicom. Gradius, Gopher. Au Mikuni, I think was the name of that one. Summer Carnival 93, another super spendy shoot 'em up. Never seen it before on the PC Engine. I've seen the cart before for the Famicom. We have another Dracula game here. This is another one I have not got to play. I believe I've gone through all the ones for the SNES. And we have Super Raiden by Hudson Soft. Looks like a great shooter. Quite spendy. But there's a lot of games. A lot of shooters. A lot of Natsukashi anime and some anime that are kind of adultish. So I'm not completely familiar with them. Motorola, Bomberman, Populous, Fantasy Zone, and we have Final something or other. Bikuriman World. Bikuriman World. Parodius Da. Dragon Saber. Looks like a Dragon Spirit sequel. Am I wrong? We have Torae no Michi. R-Type. Gotta love this simple shooter here. And the artwork on the CD case is really out of this world. No pun intended. I do like the alien artwork though. Very reminiscent of Aliens. And another good shooter, Image Fight. 2 I need to pick up. I need to get a lot of PC Engine games. I don't have more than one at the moment. Still taking suggestions on PC Engine games. We got Tiger. Looks like a choplifter type game, I'm imagining. And look at this character here. I think it's Junpei Mura Tora something or other, but this is just a super iconic looking character. Very cool artwork. Cyberzone. Sinbad. I love the movie Sinbad, that old school movie. Shinobi. The Ninja Game. Super Volleyball. Musashi no Densho, if I'm reading that correctly. And the horror movie, or the horror game, Splatterhouse. It's a good one. Always kind of expensive. Space Invaders. Very good game as well. Very classic. Space Harrier. Lots of shooters here. PC Genjin 2, 54 yen, 5,400 yen. Salamander, 5,300 yen. Great shooters. Xevious, wow, 5,700 yen. That seems a little steep. Power Drift. Circus Raido. Interesting. Like the artwork on there. Final Fisher. Core Graphics in the box. Got a Duo R in the box. If I can get my CD running on my Duo R, it'll be on like Donkey Kong because I'm playing all these awesome games here, including the Darius 3. No, that's Sega Saturn. But I'd be playing Darius 3 if I had it. Strikers 1945. I saw a review Jim did on that a while back. That looks like a fun one. Definite good one to pick up there. More Sega Saturn shoot 'em up games here. As we come down to the real heavy hitters. Cyber Force. I think they've got every single one on this row here. Cyber Force 1, I believe. And it's just a great shoot 'em up game. It's a long-running series on the Sega Saturn. Thunder Force. Parodius Da on this Sega Saturn. Is this different from the PC Engine version? I don't know. An Outrun for 6,000 yen. I didn't know Outrun was such an expensive game. Is it kind of rare for the Saturn? Gauss Seed. Don't know what that's about. Gauss Seed. Interesting. And we have Christmas Nights. Looks like I vaguely remember that Christmas Nights commercial from long, long ago. And we have Yuna on the Saturn, Yuna 3. A lot of Saturn games in this Super Potato here in Ikebukuro. We got Marvel versus Street Fighter. Looks like not too shabby of a game. Whenever you get Marvel and Street Fighter together. We got X-Men. 1,600 yen. It doesn't have the OB in it or the front manual or anything like that. Here is a virus, something we want to keep on the shelf here in these uncertain times. We don't want your stinking virus, so that goes back on the shelf. Let's clean my hands of that mess. Eve, the Lost One. Not so familiar with the Eve series of games. It looks like they have quite a few. Some boring quiz game here. I don't know why I picked that up off the shelf. Afterburner 2, $32-ish. Vaguely remember Afterburner, the first one. And some light adult rated Saturn DVD type thing. A video CD? I don't know. It has Saturn logo on it, which is pretty interesting. Panzer Dragon. Azel. Do some dragon riding. Assault Rigs. Question of the day. What game or console piqued your interest from today's episode? I look forward to chatting with you all in the comments. Special thanks to those of you who join me in the premiere chat every week. It is always my favorite part of the week. Remember, if you like what you saw here today, share it with someone you think would enjoy it, because it helps my channel grow and it helps push me to keep making more awesome retro game hunting in Japan. If you want to see more retro game hunting, go ahead and click the end screen on the right. If modding is your thing, go ahead and click the video on the left. Thank you all for your support. Stay safe out there, and remember, Stay scruffy looking.
Who's scruffy looking?